What up, though? Welcome back, Mancave Memoirs. We in this thing. It's another fine episode in store for y'all. It's your boy BT.
It's your boy Tony Tong, otherwise known as Urban Demand, OG Tony Tong. Make sure you follow me on all platforms.
That's right. Go ahead.
And we're the host of the Mancave Memoirs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sirski. And yes, ma'am, for all the female viewers. Mancave Memoirs is a safe space for male conversations, you know what I'm saying, where we break down a lot of things going on in the manosphere.
Manosphere. I like
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
Is that a word? If not, we need to try to trademark that.
Oh, yeah, that's been out.
It is a word?
Oh, yeah. That's a whole
So, like,
movement.
It's a movement.
Yeah. It's part of the red pill and all that.
Oh, okay.
It's y'all tap in the comments and give us a little insight to the manosphere and all that. Being that we the Man Cave Memoirs, we ain't gonna hold y'all too long. We're gonna get right into it. It's a lot that's been going on this week. First of all, it's Friday. I know I had a very eventful week. Ended it on a good note this week, doing some volunteering at my daughter's school church. So that was pretty fun. How about you?
For sure. Man, I had a pretty eventful week myself. I had to take a trip to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Big shout out to everybody in the St. Paul, Minneapolis area of Minnesota. Went through there, first time, very diverse culture, very diverse community. I enjoyed myself. I was actually there to transport a dog, a white Labrador. Never seen one before. I'm going to shoot a video about that. But a white Labrador from Minneapolis to New York. So what happens is I get into Minneapolis, I get the dog, all the flights to New York is canceled, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So I end up getting stuck in the airport, catch a flight to White Plains, like 20 minutes away from New York City. I'm able to make the drop off with the guy with the dog. Now I'm trying to get back home, and every flight is booked. And I'm wondering what's going on. And I'm looking at the boards, and everything to LaGuardia is canceled. And I'm like, bro. So come to find out, they had the big accident at LaGuardia. Plane came, hit a fire truck. Both of the pilots died. That caused them to shut down LaGuardia. So, of course, all of the flights rolled over. People who were traveling rolled over to JFK and White Plains. So it made it virtually impossible to get out of New York. So I ended up catching an Amtrak to Philadelphia. That was my first time riding Amtrak. It's pretty cool. Stopped through Newark, New Jersey, downtown NYC. Then we got to Philly. Caught a plane from Philly back to Jacksonville, but that's how I got out. So, between the accident at Lufthansa, which just blocked out everything coming out of New York, and the crazy lines at TSA, it was an eventful time, man. But I knew how to pivot, got up out of there. Speaking of TSA, have you seen what's been going on?
Yeah, TSA. I was just about to say that it's definitely been a lot of news behind this TSA shutdown. Actually, there was an executive order signed today by Trump to pay the TSA workers. So, but yeah, hopefully that, the timing of it happening on a Friday, with everything else that's going on, that's just very interesting that, the timing of it. But hopefully that helps because, like you said, you're traveling and, we're a lot of people are traveling, not just you and me. But, just the videos I've seen, especially in Atlanta.
TSA in Atlanta is crazy. I'm looking at videos that got 14-hour waits. But then again, it's like I'm seeing videos where there's no line at all. So it's kind of like who's reporting the news and, different experiences for everybody. And then you see that they got ICE coming in certain cities to actually help fill in for the TSA shortages. So that's been interesting, been met with some mixed reviews about having ICE agents in the airport, so.
Right. So I'm just wondering if the executive order signed today is going to get the regular workers back in there. I don't know. It's been 5 weeks, and I know a lot of people. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have decided to find work elsewhere. I mean, because people are coming to work for nothing, right?
Yeah, but it's still like, they're coming to work for nothing now, but you still have to get paid. Whenever they open up, you got to get back paid. So I do understand people having to pay bills now.
Well, that's probably something they can explain to the bill collectors and, XYZ.
For sure.
So.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll see how that goes. Travel's just been crazy. Then just having ice in there too is, I don't know. It's like, is the money going to be, the executive order, is the funds going to be go to the actual TSA agents, or are they going to go into funding for ICE to come in there? So
no, said the TSA agent.
TSA agents.
So I'm assuming it's the back pay for 5 weeks. Hopefully they got it today, and it's not something that they got to wait until next week, because that will be a cherry on top of the good news, that the executive order was signed. Plus, it's going to be, coming right, immediate. But shout out to everyone traveling. Safe travels. The gas, maybe not the gas, the oil, the Strait of Hormuz, all that's affecting the gas, and oil prices. So, airline flight tickets are crazy right now. It's just a whole lot going on. So just shouts out to everybody traveling, travel safe, and shouts out to TSA.
Yeah, man, it's crazy in terms of the Strait of Hormuz, what's going on with the oil and just this conflict. I don't think that the United States and Israel is quite prepared for what is actually going on. So with Iran controlling the Strait of Hormuz, they really control the flow of the majority of oil that's circulating in the world. So now it looks like they're actually shutting off the Strait and only making it available to people who are purchasing the oil in Chinese money. So sort of like how we made the petrodollar, now they're trying to make it where you got to buy it with Chinese money. So it's definitely a geopolitical, economic game that's being played right now, where it seems that not only are they attacking the infrastructure of American bases over there, but they're doing things that would intentionally have an adverse effect on our economy as it relates to oil and transport and things like that. And we're feeling the effects of it with the prices of oil and transportation. So we should see how it goes. Interesting times.
Very interesting. I noticed that gas, just went down here, but as far as your bigger cities, I'm sure they're still seeing the higher than usual prices. But premium, it was up to like $4.30 last week, and I just on the way here got some gas for like $3.90, and it was at $3.90 like 3 weeks ago before all this stuff started kicking off. So it's actually, and I look at stuff like that as a predictor of how things are going to go, because on top of Trump talking about, Iran wants to make a deal, they're begging for a deal, and then they turn around and say, we ain't talk to nobody, no nothing. And matter of fact, we got this is the deal we want, what I'm saying? And and it's just like, with the gas going down, with that type of response and the back and forth that Iran and them are having, it's like, gas should be going up because they're just putting the pressure on. You know what I'm saying? And they're playing a game, they're playing chess and this, that, and whatever, but with gas going down, it's like, dang, are we gonna kind of not necessarily bend to their, their demands, but are we, because they're talking about give us full authority over the Strait of Hormuz. It's like, okay, now if we was to do that, they could turn right around and say, all right, we got full authority, y'all can't come through. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. It's like, it's very interesting how this is going to play out, because, like you said, I don't think USA or Israel had, expectations that it would play out like this.
For sure. And the war is going on. I've been seeing a lot of content that Iran is actually dropping, social media, videos kind of depicting what's going on in this war. It also is depicting the type of things that America and Israel has been involved in over the past 20, 30 years. So I see them using the internet to kind of leverage a different narrative of what's going on more than what we might be actually looking at. And it's just an interesting time. You know, you have the majority of United States don't want to be in this conflict right now. I'm even hearing stories of them dealing with mutiny over there as far as soldiers just don't want to go fight this war. Then you're seeing less and less people enlisting into the military. Did you see that they increased the enlistment rate to 42? Yeah. They need to get folks in there bad. So that
42
just
and non-violent felonies or non-violent
drug charges, marijuana charges. Yeah. So that just shows me that they're not having the same.
The younger kids, the high school graduates aren't just jumping in there like they used to.
Yeah. So the intake isn't as high as it used to be. So they need to make sure that we have a large supply of military personnel for the need of having presence in these foreign areas, because a lot of people just ain't signing up for it. So I even see them potentially bringing back a draft. And once they bring back the draft, it's going to go crazy. I think there's going to be civil war, civil unrest here because, a lot of people ain't going to be trying to go. So you're going to be dealing with draft dodgers and all type of stuff like that.
Facts. Very, very, very true. And with that being said, shout out to all the patriots out there that's, knocking down the doors.
Shout out to all the servicemen, and we appreciate your sacrifice because you're definitely making a big sacrifice. So we support or we commend your valor and your dedication and commitment.
Absolutely. And on top of that, shout out to the patriots that are, will be like, if that draft comes and you got the ones that are just like, stepping to the front of the line and, they're ready to go, salute to them ahead of time. But I said that to say, Druski.
He got to be the most talked about guy on the internet right now.
Druski released a skit about conservative women in the United States and what they be like.
He didn't say any names either.
No names. However, this comedy, this satire, this parody has been getting backlash from the late Charlie Kirk's wife, Erika Kirk. She commented under the actual post. Did you see her comment? Mm-hmm. Under the actual post saying that it's racist. If she was to do it, it would be, it would be a big deal and whatever.
What's your opinion on this?
It's funny. And the walking out and with the sparklers and doing the dancing and they're playing, I forgot what they're playing, Waka Flocka or something like that. But it's funny, and then it goes to the whole Starbucks and then the yoga class. Like that doesn't have nothing to do with Erika Kirk. You know what I mean? That's just, he's just going on like conservative women. However, the stuff he's doing that to me reminds me of Erika Kirk. It was funny. Like the whole he's holding the Bible, he's talking, and then he's looking in the camera. It's like, bruh, he's got a lot of her mannerisms down packed. And it was like, she's just the not the spokesperson, but just your whenever you think of a conservative white woman, like she comes to mind for most people. What do you think? Have you seen the skit in its entirety?
I've seen the skit in its entirety. I think that it's funny. I think that Druski is a comedian. I think comedians often press the envelope of what is widely acceptable, what could be potentially offensive. So I found it pretty funny. In regards to Erika Kirk's comment about, if she did blackface, she would get all type of backlash and be called racist. And, it's possible that might happen, just like people are calling Druski a racist. People are going to have their own opinion. They're going to feel how they feel. But once again, it's comedy. And I mean, I honestly feel like we as a people, both black and white, Spanish, Asian, I think that we are easily offended in this day and time by stuff that really don't matter. You know, when we talk about racism and the actual meaning of racism, racism means to where you have a dislike for a particular group of people to where you use your power and influence to preserve your position and ensure that they do not excel or progress. And when you look at it like that, you know, a lot of people might have prejudices, their perceptions, and I think we all have prejudices to a certain degree. We generalize behavior with certain people, but you know, racism is strategic and structural and stuff like that. So can I say that this might be prejudice, or can I say that it generalizes a group of people? I mean, sure, you know, but I think that we as people do that a lot. And, you know, I just think that we should be, there's much more important things to be mad about than comedy sketches or you know, offensive language. Like, so what, man? Like, we're being robbed for half of our money, and we're being extorted by a government that's sending across seas to fuel conquest. I would rather be more mad about that than somebody calling me a racial slur. That really wouldn't bother me as much as me knowing that I'm working extremely hard for a devalued currency that's being extorted from me for conquest globally and foreignly. That makes me madder, right? To think about stuff like that, then, you know. So I just feel like, man, we everybody has a right to be offended, but we get offended by things that really don't matter, and the things that we should really, really be getting mad about, we're not that mad about at all. The fact we don't have free education, I'm mad about that. The fact that we're getting killed on taxes, you know, I'm mad about that. The fact that nobody still has went to trial or been investigated based on the information that's came out in these files, I'm mad about that. But if somebody called me a racial slur or mocked my mannerisms or something like that, I wouldn't get mad, especially if it was by a comedian. So, I don't know.
Shout out to Druski, a.k.a. Nobody's Safe.
Nobody is safe. Big shout out to Druski. And this ain't the first time he did that. Like,
nah. Man, we got to wrap it up, though, man, because we on a time crunch tonight, man. We just wanted to tap in. It was a little impromptu thing.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Shouts out to Tiger Woods. I don't know the full story. We saw in the news that Tiger Woods was involved in an accident. Hope everyone is safe. Looks like he was arrested for DUI. But, you know, Tiger Woods, a legend on the golf course, changed the game. Hope everything works out for everyone involved, man.
Definitely a legend in the game of golf, and not a stranger to the mugshot either. But shout out to Tiger Woods.
But yeah, man, Mancave Memoirs, man.
Like, follow, subscribe. Make sure you stay in tune. Turn your notification on. Follow us on social media. That's Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Yeah, like, subscribe, so turn on notifications. Until next time, I'm Tony Tong, Urban Demand, and this is
BT, Mancave Memoirs, and we out.